channel. My name is Bukky. If you're just seeing me for the first time, kindly subscribe, like and share. Okay, so for today, first of all, how is my mascara doing? I tried this new Mary Kay mascara. I used to stay at Mary Kay, and this was one of the mascara left from my my sales when I used to sell. It's about time I just want to talk about it. So recently, like 2 years ago, I decided that I was going to go back to school, and I said go back to school because I already went to college. I had a minor degree in communication because that is basically what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a journalist. I saw myself growing up that I was going to start working in somebody's TV station, somebody's radio station, anything that has to do with entertainment. I basically saw myself doing that. But anyway, life had other plans, so I found myself in the United States, and I said, okay, so what's next to do? But still, despite the fact that the market in the US with any job is really tough for anyone to get into, I still went ahead with my first love for communication, and I got a degree in communication. But life basically dawned on me, and I was asking myself, I said, okay, so what's next? So I realized that the job I was doing, the income I was earning, just basically not enough for me and my child. Just needed something more, just like any other parent. So I said, you know what? I'm going to quit my banking job, which really was not really yielding enough for me or a family of 3. I was just only trying my best to work best with what I was making. Since I was not a science student and all this is going to be new to me, I decided just to start from somewhere. So I went ahead and did certification programs. I did CNA, phlebotomy, and EKG, everything all combined in one. So basically, I can actually work as a CNA, I can work as a phlebotomist, or I can actually work as an EKG technician. But right now, I'm working with everything in one package at my current job. So after all of that, I said, you know what? This is not the end. I need to move forward. And I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get me a bachelor's degree in nursing, since the medical field right now is really huge and the market is very competitive. The medical field market is really big here in the US. So I said, okay, you know what? Going to school, so I made 1 or 2 inquiries about nursing school, the requirements and all of that. And I kind of narrowed down to finishing up my prereqs, which is anatomy and physiology, what else? Microbiology, and some psychology classes, some math classes, maybe all 7 or 8 classes combined together, plus labs. And this took me from 2018, August 2018, up till present of this year, and rounding up and getting a minor degree in health science. But life really dawned on me during this semester when I was taking microbiology. I realized that it was getting too much for me mentally. Now, I said I was not a science student. I've always loved entertainment. That was the reason why I got a degree in communication, because I thought I was going to be a journalist and just work somewhere in somebody else's radio station, somebody TV station. It really dawned on me this semester taking micro, and I was telling myself, I was like, I know this field is challenging. Of course, I was not expecting it to be easy. I was expecting it to be a challenge, and actually it is a challenge. But I was ready to finish up my prereqs, knowing that I started. But trying to move forward, begin to dawn on me, is this really what I want to do? Is this actually what it is? And the reason was because it was beginning to affect me mentally. My mental health was beginning to get compromised with all these science courses, and now these science majors, these science classes, they are not as easy as it sounds. Yes, it was very fun. I love microbiology, I love anatomy and physiology, because it basically just opens your eyes to many things you are naive about, even about your own health in general. But it wasn't easy. It was very hard, it was very challenging, and I literally cry every day after each test, after each homework, after each assignment, after each lab classes. I cried, and it basically just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be challenging. I didn't know it was going to be this difficult. Now, some of us are just not built like that. And some people like you, who are smart, are built like that. You go into these classes, you listen to the teacher talk, and boom, you get it. For me, it was not that. Even just sitting in the class, listening to the professor just talk, and I'm looking like, okay, all right, we get you. We understand. Then now comes the test, now comes the exam. I found myself struggling, studying like 10 times harder than the normal person who always wanted to be a doctor, who've always wanted to be a pharmacist. And I literally just basically struggled through the classes, but I was determined to finish. I was determined to get the prereqs done and get me a minor in health science, but still having in mind that the journey is not over. I'm still going to move on and get my bachelor's degree in nursing, since that was the plan, since that is the plan, that's the goal. But I just started finding out that this is not what I thought it is. This is not what I thought it is. For the past 3 weeks, I've had literally not one, not two, not three mental breakdown. When I just break down and I just cry. I'm not talking about those kind of tears. I'm talking about like that kind of tears. Like I just sob. I cry and I cry and cry and cry. I found myself calling my friends. It's good to reach. I found myself calling my friends, two of my friends who are really close to me. I found myself calling them like any time of the day, any time of the night, just talking, and them telling me, if this is not working, this is not working. If you need a break, take a break and figure out something else. And I think it really dawned on me when I started saying that I'm not going anymore. I started feeling more like a failure. I was looking at myself like a failure, and I've been literally struggling with this every day. Because first of all, I'm not a quitter. I'm not that type who set a goal for herself and all of a sudden I said I'm not doing it anymore. I've never been that type, especially education. I feel like education is the key. Education is the key. But so me saying that I'm not proceeding forward to something that I've been saying for the past 2 years that I'm going to go get, make me feel like a failure. Make me feel like the future is just not going to be as bright as I thought it's going to be. Getting my bachelor's degree in nursing, and I begin to feel down. I begin to cry literally every day, not trying to get out of bed. And when I do get out of bed, I find myself in a really moody situation where I just want to sit and just curl up in one corner and don't want to go anywhere. And this was like for the past 3 weeks or so. I had to talk to someone because I feel like it was actually getting to me. I had to talk to someone, and they basically just told me, if this is not making you happy, just don't do it. If this is for you in the future, you will always go back to it. If you need to take a break, and just focus on your health, focus on your mental health, and do what makes you happy. Now, as we all know, we are all human beings, and sometimes we can be very judgmental and very insensitive to other people's situation. Now, when I tell people, 1 or 2 people, that, oh, I quit schooling, I quit nursing school, I didn't quit schooling, I quit nursing school, or I quit trying to go to nursing school. This is the next question they usually ask me. So, what are you going to do with your life? Oh, hey, kind of put me in a damp. I'm like, okay, so what? Okay. I mean, I know I've been saying I'm going to nursing school, and this is going to be the way. It's going to be the breakthrough to every single thing. But I'm saying that I'm not going anymore because it's beginning to affect my mental health. Actually, yeah, and this is not a joke. Beginning to affect my mental health, and I just don't feel like proceeding forward again. Is there anything wrong with that? Can I get some support? Can I get some, take care of your health, take care of your mental health, and take a break, make you happy. Now, I've always been in school. I've been in this country for 11 years, and for every time I'm in school, every time I've been in school, I've always had a job. Just like any other average Americans who you see here, who goes to school and work, it's not easy. We are only trying to get by day and making the best out of it, which really I feel like I did in my first degree. I worked all through full-time job, not one job, but 2 full-time jobs I did, until when I met my husband, I had to let one go, and just focus on one. Actually, that was the same time I got my job at the bank. So it hasn't been easy for me just working at schooling. I've always had to work full-time and school full-time and try to make the best out of it. So it's been a very, very tough journey for me, even deciding that even making this decision right now, telling myself that I'm quitting nursing school and I just want to do what makes me happy. And they actually have asked me what makes me happy. This make me happy. I've always enjoyed everything entertainment. I've always enjoyed everything. Actually, you know what? I thought I was gonna be, growing up, I thought I was gonna be some kind of model. I would just be popular and everybody would know me and my name would be all over the world. And people would be screaming, Bukky, 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 everywhere. But like I said, life happens and I found myself here. But the one thing that remains the same and will always be the same is the fact that my love for this job, my love for entertainment, my love for talking, my love for expressing myself and not being afraid of the camera and just being natural just never left me. This is actually one of the reasons why I decided to open my blog this year, and which is www.bukkydblogspot.com, because I just love entertainment. I love entertainment. So the lady that I spoke to just said, do what makes you happy. Now she did, even though I'm a very optimistic person, I'm also very realistic. Now I know that this is not going to make me money the next hour or two, on the next day or so, but the focus is not even that right now. The focus is doing it because I love it, doing it because this gives me joy, doing it because I just love the fact that I can talk, I can sit in front of the camera and just talk. I love the fact that I can edit a video. I love the fact that I can be creative with all of this. And she just basically tell me, if this makes you happy, do it, because life is too short for you to just be sad and be miserable trying to be like everyone else or trying to do something because it's going to get you that job. Focus on what makes you happy and do you. For the meantime, change your job, look for another job, get another job, and just do that instead. Then in the long run, this is going to pick up, then you can just focus more on that. Now, do I have plan? Of course I have plan. I'm just not going to make a decision without having other plans in my head. Now this is one of them, creating content for people, touching life, trying to touch life in the most positive way that I can. And also having one or two business ideas in my head, because I feel like with God, all things are possible. Hallelujah. Anyway, so like I said, this hasn't been the easiest decision for me. I feel like yesterday and today has been my easiest day ever for the past 3 weeks, since I've been going through this whole situation of deciding to not continue with going to nursing school. Like now I've been getting addressed by 1, 2, 3 people who call me, oh, Nurse Bukky. I mean, it's a good feeling, but I don't know. I just feel like it just, my mental, like I'm going crazy, and I'm too young for that. I feel like if this is gonna drive me nuts, maybe just not for me, maybe just not what I thought is going to be. Now I'm not discouraging people who wants to go ahead and get a degree, who wants to go ahead and get a degree in nursing, get MBAs and 2, 3 MBAs, PhD. Actually, you know what? That was one of my goals. I saw myself getting a master's, getting PhD, like getting a doctorate title behind my name for somebody calling me Dr. Bukky. I saw all of that, but I guess, it's not what I think it is, me finally founding myself, finally realizing that this is me, finally realizing that doing this makes me happy, doing this gives me joy, is what I'm actually grateful for, because I've seen a lot of people who went to school and do all this medical stuff just for the sake of you always get a job. Your job will always be secured, but the field is very, very, very challenging. And I love people. I love helping people. I love what I'm doing right now with my certifications in the hospital. But it can be very draining. It can be very stressful. It can make you just not have time for something else in your life. And I've seen people who walk into the field with a certain mindset, then at the end, like a couple of months into doing it, they change their mind. They're like, oh no, this is not for me. And those who feel like this is for me, on the side they still doing something else, telling themselves, I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. This is just too much. The medical field is very, very, very challenging, and you have to be built up for it. So my thing is, even though I've decided, I'm still struggling, I'm not going to lie. I still woke up this morning still telling myself what the next year holds, I don't know. What the next 10 years of my life hold, I don't know, because my focus has always been just one thing, and that thing is me going to school, getting that big degree, and maybe in the future securing that job with 6 figures, you know, making money. dollar, you know. That has always been my focus. That has always been what I've always seen. So me saying that I'm not doing this anymore, and I just want to divert my focus into something that I love doing, something that like this, has been remain the biggest challenge for me for the past couple of weeks, and I'm still struggling. I'm struggling mentally. I think about it every day, and I try to convince myself that this might not be the easiest decision for me, but what the future holds, I don't know. The best I can do is just basically put this out there and, you know, pray to God and let God to direct my path and see where God is trying to take me to with doing all of this. So if you think I've been able to encourage you today, I feel like you've been able to encourage me today, kindly subscribe, invite your friends, tell your family, tell everybody, let them come and join it. Drop your comments, let me know how you're feeling. Are you in my shoe? Am I in your shoe? Let's encourage each other. So until then, guys, kindly subscribe. Until then, see you guys next time. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and